A bullet went through his window, and that's what I'm afraid of. Even if it's from my neighbor who's trying to protect us, that I worry about.
New at 5, an East Bay neighborhood gets a dangerous wake-up call when catalytic converter thieves run into a neighbor before sunrise who decided not to back down. The thieves shot at the neighbor, who then returned fire, injuring at least one of the suspects. KTVU crime reporter Henry Lee live in studio after speaking with the neighbors. Henry?
Mike, we're seeing this more and more. Catalytic converter thieves opening fire with guns. But in this case, a neighbor was also armed and fired back. And at least one suspect, a woman, was shot.
I'll be somewhere in between 6 and 10 gunshots, and got up and looked out the window, and heard a motorcycle.
Residents jarred awake after a gunfight broke out before dawn between catalytic converter thieves and a neighbor in Oakland's normally quiet Upper Dimond neighborhood.
We were sleeping and it woke us up, yeah. To us, it just sounded like banging. We didn't identify it as gunshots.
It happened on Eastlake Avenue, a cul-de-sac off 35th Avenue at about 4:20 Thursday morning. Witnesses tell KTVU the thieves arrived on a motorcycle and a car with its lights off. They began sawing the catalytic converter off this Volvo parked in a driveway. A neighbor of the Volvo owner heard what was happening, came outside and confronted the thieves. One thief began driving away in the car, but then got out and fired numerous shots. That neighbor pulled out a gun of his own and returned fire. In the chaos, at least one other suspect, a woman, was shot. Witnesses say a man rode off on the motorcycle with that woman clinging to his back and slumped over. Oakland police later found that woman with a gunshot wound near 27th and Foothill in the Fruitvale district, apparently dropped off by the biker. She was taken to the hospital. A motorcycle with blood on it was found abandoned at the 7-Eleven gas station at 5th and International, but the rider was gone. The motorcycle was taken as evidence. Back in the Upper Dimond neighborhood, the Volvo with its catalytic converter cut by the thieves was towed away hours later. Residents we spoke to did not want to go on camera. One woman said she was worried about her daughter after hearing the gunfire.
Yeah, I mean, my first thought is her. You know, she's 18 months old. You know, I check the monitor. I'm like, oh my gosh, is she okay? But it's scary, and I worry about stray bullets.
It's unfortunate, you know. Somebody could have lost their life, you know, whether, you know, they got shot by directly or, you know, stray bullet, you know. I mean, I get people wanting to protect their property. At the same time, it's not worth their life.
Police recommend that anyone who witnesses a catalytic converter theft or burglary not confront the thieves directly. Instead, be a good witness, call 911, and stay safe. Mike?
Henry, I guess the neighbor's saying, look, I'm defending myself, I'm going to fire. So do you think the DA would look into possible charges against the neighbor, or no, because of that reason?
It's always possible. Now, that person who fired the gun, that neighbor, was taken by OPD in handcuffs, but those handcuffs were later removed. And at this point, they're probably treating him as a witness at this point.
Got it. All right, Henry Lee, live tonight in studio. Henry, thank you. Livermore Police.